Yes, good day to all students. Hope you are doing well. This is Anushan, teacher of English at Jaffna Hindu College. I am happy to be with you once again with an interesting lesson. Right? In the last class, we learned about a short story, A Little Red Hen. Right? So you learned that, and we did some activities, and we learned some verb forms. You learned some past verb forms. So today is the continuation part of Unit 8. So that is very interesting lesson. That is the use and usage of can and can't. Yes, the use and usage of can and can't. Here you can see, hello, I can speak English. Yes, I can speak English. So where do we use can? The word can be used. The uses of can: ability or possibility, something possible, or the ability. For an example, I can swim. Yes, I have the ability to swim. I can swim. Here in the first sentence, I can speak English. You see this sentence, I can speak English. I can speak English. I have the ability to speak English. It is possible for me to speak English. It is possible. I have the ability and the possibility. I have the ability to speak English. So therefore I say I can speak English. And also the first one is ability and possibility. We use can. You see the example, I can swim. And the secondly, you can see the word permission. Can is also used for permission. For an example, you can use my pen. So you are giving permission, or they are getting permission. So you can use my pen means you can use my pen. It means you have permission to use my pen. Here you have permission to use my pen. So therefore we use can for ability or possibility, or for permission. Okay, I can swim. Yeah, I have the ability to swim, or it is possible for me to swim. But permission, you are giving permission. You have permission to use my pen. So you can use my pen is an example. So we are going to deal today's lesson with can and can't. Okay? Okay. Now you see, how do we make sentences with can? How do we make sentences? You see, how do we make sentences? Yes, how do we make sentences? Yes, it is very simple. We make sentences using can. You see, subject, I can, you can, we can, and they can, he can, she can, and it can. Can does not change with the subject. You should be very careful about this. Can does not change with the subject. It's always can. It doesn't change with the subject. It doesn't. You can't change the word can with subject. It doesn't change with the subject. It's always can. You can't say she can't, so it can't. You can't say. You can say only I can, we can, they can, he can, she can, and it can. So therefore, I am telling you again, it doesn't change with the subject. Doesn't change. You can't change the word can. Right? So you can't change the word can with subject. It's always can. Yeah? You see? Always. Yeah, it's always can. So once again, you can't. The can't doesn't change with the subject. Doesn't change. Always can. Whether it is singular or plural, the word can is always can. Right? So therefore, we make sentences with subjects. Okay? Yeah, let's move. Here you can see. You can see what comes after can. What comes after can. Here you can see the verb speak and the verb play. What comes after can? What comes? What comes after? Yes, what comes after can? Yes, what comes after can? Here you can see the verb. Yeah, the verb. The verb comes after can. There is no s at the end of the verb. There is no s. You can't say I can speak, she can speak, we can play, or they can play, or it can play. So as I said you already, you can't add s with these verbs. You can't add s. Yes? It's always the base form. The verb come after the word can. You consider, you have to go through this again. What comes after can? The verb comes. There is no s at the end of the verb. There is no s. Be very careful about it. You can say, I can speak. You can speak. They can speak. He can speak. And she can speak. And it can speak. But you can't say, he can speak, or she can speak, or she can place. No, you can't say. Here you see the word, the base form of the infinitive. And also, you see this one. He can speak English. Very simple. You can say, he can speak English. The verb speak in its base form. He can speak English. Yeah? The other one, he can speak English. It is a correct sentence, but you can't say he can speak English. Can you say? No, you can't say. You can't. He can speak English is not accepted. It is not correct sentence. You can't say I can speak English. And you see the third sentence. He can to speak English? No. You can't say he can to speak English because the verb is in the verb form of infinitive. Okay, students? Yeah, I hope you are here and you are understanding. So, you can say only he can speak English. You can't say he can speak English. You can't say he can speak English because the base form of the verb is there. And also you cannot say he can to speak English. And I am telling you because the verb is in the verb form of infinitive. Is it correct? The sentence, he can speak English? Yes, it is correct. What about the second one? He can speak English. No. It is not a correct sentence. Why? With can, we don't use S. We don't use S. We don't use S. And also the third sentence, it is also a wrong sentence. So you can't say to with infinitive. You can't say to with infinitive. So he can speak English. Okay? Right. Now here. In the affirmative sentences, you can say whether it is singular, the subject is in singular or plural. You see, subject. Subject. Yes. The subject is in singular or plural with affirmative. You can't say, you have to say, I can, you can, he can, she can, it can. And in the plural form also you should say, we can, you can, and they can. The first sentence, I can speak English. Can. What comes after can? The verb, base verb. I can speak English. Right? And you can ride a bike. You can ride a bike. Second example, you can ride a bike. Ride a bike. Okay? You can ride a bike. And now the third sentence, he can drive a car. He can drive a car. And the subject she can play guitar. She can play the guitar. She can play. You can't say she can play. You have to say she can play. She can play the guitar. It is singular or plural. You have to say she can play. With can we don't use to or s. Therefore, I tell you, we don't use to or s. Only the base form is used here, right? So she can play the guitar. The first one, I can speak English. And you can ride a bike. He can drive a car. She can play the guitar. And the last one, it can swim. Yes, it can swim. And with plural, the subjects, you see, we can play football. We can play football. So in American English, they say soccer, but in British English, they say football, right? So here, we can play football, and you can see the stars. Once again, go through the examples. We can play football, and you can see the stars, and they can dance. They can dance. Okay, I can speak English. Yes, I can speak English. Once again, you can ride a bike. We can drive a car. She can play the guitar, and it can swim. We don't use to or s with verb. Okay, so we can play football. You can see the stars, and they can dance. Hope you understand. Yeah? Okay. And with negative sentences, now we learned the positive sentences. Now we are here with negative sentences. Yes, negative. Either one, negative sentences. I can speak. It is a possible sentence. I can speak. You can speak. Oh, I can play. They can play. Yeah? These sentences are in the positive form. Now, if you want to make the sentence into negative form, you have to say can't or cannot. Right? So, let's see some examples. For negative sentences, we use can't instead of can. For negative sentences, we use can't. Yes. For negative sentences, we use can't instead of can. For the positive sentences, you use can. For the negative sentences, you use can't. You see, I can speak. I can't speak. You can play. You can't play. In the negative form, you say you can't play. In the positive form, we say we can speak. But in the negative form, we say we can't speak. Okay? So, can't is the contraction of cannot. You see, can't. Can't is the contraction of cannot. Can't is the contraction of cannot. So we say, oh, she can't speak. He can't speak. Oh, they can't speak. Right? For the negative sentences, you say can't. It is the contraction of cannot. Okay. You see some more examples. I can't speak Russian. Oh, I cannot speak Russian. Right? I can't speak Russian. Oh, I cannot speak Russian, because as I said you, can't is the contraction form of cannot. You can't say he can't play tennis. You can say, if it is a negative form, you have to say he can't play tennis. Oh, you can simply say he cannot play tennis. So, as I said to you, can't is the contraction form of cannot. Hope you understand, right? And the other one, where we use can't. We use can for possible situation or abilities, right? But can't, we don't have the ability. We don't have the ability. For the use of can, you say you have the ability, but for the use of can't, you say we don't have the ability. For an example, I can't swim. I can't swim. So you don't have the ability to swim. And for permission, do not have the permission. You are not having the permission. You say, you can't use my pen. Right? For offering permission, you can say, you can use my pen. But you don't have permission. You can say, you can't use my pen. So here you can see the uses of can't. Where do we use can't? We use can't whether we don't have the ability or whether you don't have permission. Therefore you say, you can see here the example once again. I can't swim. You can't use my pen. You are not giving permission to use your pen. Therefore you are saying, you can't use my pen. So we use can't here for these situations. The can't mean we don't have the ability to do something. Where do we use can't? We don't have the ability. For positive sentences, we say we have the ability, but for negative sentences, we say we don't have the ability. We don't have the ability to do something. And also, someone doesn't have permission. Someone doesn't have permission. Therefore, we use can't. Okay, more examples with can't. I can speak English. I can't speak Japanese. He can speak Arabic. He can't speak German. She can drive a car. She can't drive a bus. A fish can swim. A fish can't climb trees. Fish can't because it doesn't have the ability to climb trees. Right? So when it has the ability, a fish can swim. When it doesn't have the ability, you say a fish can't climb trees. Once again, go through the examples. I can speak English. I can't speak Japanese. I can't speak Japanese. I can speak Arabic. I can't speak German. Can't speak. She can drive a car. She can't drive a bus. She can drive a car, but she can't drive a bus. A fish can swim. A fish can swim. A fish can't climb trees. It doesn't have the ability to climb trees. So in this situation, we use can't. Okay? Now you see. The affirmative examples and negative examples. You can simply read these sentences. I give you 2 minutes. Please go through the sentences and read it yourself. I hope you have finished reading. So we can see again the affirmative and the negative sentences with can and can't. I can speak English. You can ride a bike. He can drive a car. She can play the guitar. It can swim. I can speak English. I can't speak French. Yeah, you see, I can speak English. I can speak English. I can't speak French. In the affirmative sentence, you say can. You have the ability to speak English, but in the negative sentence, you don't have the ability to speak French. You don't have the ability. In the affirmative sentence, you have the ability. In the negative sentence, you don't have the ability. So that's what you say. I can speak English. I can't. I can't speak French. Yeah. And the second one, you can ride a bike. You can ride a bike, but in the negative form, you say you can't ride a horse. You can't ride a horse, right? He can drive a car. In the affirmative form, you say he can drive a car. But in the negative form, you say he can't drive a truck. He can't drive a truck. Can't. You don't have the ability to drive a truck. Therefore, you say he can't drive a truck. And now you say she can play the guitar. She has the ability. She has the ability to play the guitar. She can play the guitar. Here, in the second example, in the negative form, you say she doesn't have the ability. So she doesn't have the ability to play the piano. That's what she says. She can't play the piano. She can't play the piano, right? And it can swim. In the affirmative form, it can swim. It can swim. But in the negative form, you say it can't fly. It can't fly. It's a possible form. So when it has the possibility, it says it can swim. It doesn't have the possibility, so it says ability or possibility. It is possible for it to fly. It says it is possible for to swim. It says it can swim. It's not possible, so it says it can't fly. Okay, as I said to you in the plural form, the subjects in the plural form, you say we can't play football. We can't play football. But in the negative form, you say we can't. We can't play tennis. We can't play football. We can't play tennis. We don't have the ability to play tennis. Therefore, we simply say we can't. We can't play tennis. And you can see the stars. You can't see the stars. But you can't see germs. You know the word germs? You can't see germs. They can dance. In the affirmative form, you say they can dance, but in negative form, you say they can't sing. They can dance, they can't sing. So these are the usage of can't and can't, the affirmative form and the negative form, right? Now with questions. Can with questions. The way we use questions with can. How can we make questions using can? How can we make questions? We learn the affirmative form and the negative form, and now questions with can. How can we make questions? How can we make? How can we make questions using can? Yes. How can we make questions using can? Yes, it is very simple. To make question, we make the order of the subject. We make the order of the subject. Okay? So when you are changing can, the questions with can, to make questions, we make the order of the subject. You see, in the affirmative sentence, you say, you can speak Spanish, but in the question form, you say, can you speak Spanish? The order of the subject. The order of the subject changes. So they have beautifully, I have given you, you can speak Spanish. Can you speak Spanish? If you want to give the answer, you can simply say the short answer, yes, I can. If you are able to speak Spanish, you can say, yes, I can. If you are not able to speak Spanish, you can say, no, I can't. So when you change the questions, you have to make the order of the subject. The order of the subject. Yes, the order of the subject. You say, so this is for these possible questions, you can say, she can ride a bike. Yeah, she can ride a bike. And for question, you can say, can she ride a bike? The order of the subject changes. She can, and can she ride a bike? For making questions, you use the order of the subject. Order of the subject. Order of the subject. She can ride a bike. Can she ride a bike? For giving short answer, you can say, yes, she can. Oh, the negative form, you say, no, she can't. No, she can't. Some more uses of can in questions. Uses of can in questions. Do you have the ability? Is it possible? Can you speak Italian? Is it possible to speak Italian? Yeah? So do you have the ability to speak Italian? So therefore you use the question form can. So do you have the ability to make an offer? No, the important point, to make an offer, you use the question form, can I help you? To make an offer, can I help you? Yes. And the other one, to ask for permission, you say, can we go home now? Can we go home now? And also for instructions and instructions or questions, you say, can you just open the window please? For more polite form, you can say, could you open the window please? You can use either can or could for more polite form for instructions. Can you open the window please, or could you open the window please? Could you open? For more polite, could is more polite for instructions and requests. Yeah, can you open the window please? Or you can simply ask, could you open the window please? So the uses of can in questions: for ability, to make an offer, to ask for permission, instructions, or requests. So for more polite form, you use could. Could you open the window please? Okay, now you say, can you swim? Yes, I can. If you are not able, or you don't have the you don't have the ability to swim, you can say, no, I can't. If you can swim, you can say, yes, I can, Or you can say, no, I can't. Okay? Here, the last part, to get possible answers or to get more information, we can use question words. You say, to get more information, to get more information. To get more information. To get possible answers, you can ask normally, can you swim or can you fly, something. But to get more information, we can use question words. Can you swim? Is the question asked to get possible answer. But where can you swim? Yeah. To get more information, you use question words. To get more information, you use question words. Where can you swim? Yeah, in a swimming pool. When can you swim? I can swim after work. So these are asked to get more information. For possible information, to get possible answers, you can simply ask, can you or can she? To get more information, we use question words. To get more information. To get more information, you use these question words. You see some more examples? What can we do tonight? What can we do tonight? Yeah, we can watch a movie. What can we do tonight? We can watch a movie. When can I see you again? When can I see you again? You can see me tomorrow. When can I see you? To get more information. To get more information, you are asking, what can we do tonight? Or when can I see you again? And where can you buy a book? At the bookstore. Yeah? To get more information, we use the words, the question words, such as you can use any question words, where, when, what, and when, here, again and again. Yeah, where, how can you go there? Yeah, right? So there are so many question words. So you can use the question words to get more information. Okay? That's the end of today's part. I think there are activities in your textbooks. There are activities in your textbook. You have to do those activities. I think page number, wait. In your textbook, turn to page 75. Hope you are having textbooks. Please turn to page 75. Yeah. So you have to do that activity. Activity 4 and activity 5. Yeah. Only activity 4 and activity 5 and activity 6 you have to ask your friends. Discuss with your friend and complete the chart. Put a tick or a cross. Activity 6 also to be done. And also activity 7, tell the class about you and your friend. That is a group activity, I think. So you have to do those activities. Activity 4, activity 5 and activity 6. Right? Okay, thank you very much. We will meet again on Tuesday with may, M-A-Y, may and may not. The modal verbs, we say modal verbs, can, may, might, these words are called modal verbs. So in the next class, we will learn about may and may not and the question forms. Thank you. May God bless you. And we will meet again on Tuesday. Goodbye.